the Red
Welcome
Stock
back,
has the
peoples,
outgoing
to
Capcom and Diane Daly, the NASA Capcom for Orbit 2. We should
what
be
I would
hearing
hope
their
to be
voice little
a
bit later this evening. During the
nice
Soyuz's
little
climb to
Soyuz
orbit,
launch.
tracking and telemetry is going to be downlinked to ground stations
At the
along the flight
moment,
path,
I think
and then
the
actually routed over
space
to
station
Russian
is
Mission Control Center. We're
expecting
getting a
something
live
from
view
JAXA.
the camera right here, that's located just outside of Moscow.
Or is this a Soyuz launch?
One quick fun note, though, we are going to try and
Live
stop and
launch
take
the
a few
International
questions
Space Station.
during today's launch broadcast, but also
Scroll
during
down over
the
here.
phases a little bit later when we get to the
Live launch the International Space Station from NASA.
docking and the hatch opening show. So if you
I thought also got a alert just a second
have
ago
any questions you want to ask, go
for
ahead and hop onto Twitter and use that hashtag AskNASA.
for a bit of buffering here.
We'll try to get through as many of those as we can.
Some International Space Station work. So I thought I was tuning in here to the International Space Station.
Today's launch
Receiving
actually marks the first flight into space for
the Japan's version of the International Space Station resupply mission.
NASA astronaut Jessica Meir, and the first for
let's see if there's any other NASA thingies going on right now, because this looks like a Soyuz launch. And if that's the case, the Soyuz launch isn't for another hour.
Ali Al-Mansuri of the United
So
Arab
we
Emirates.
will
This is actually the third flight.
we will tap back here in an hour. But in the meantime, I've still got you here.
For a Russian cosmonaut,
We're gonna
Soyuz
look around.
MS-15 Commander Oleg Skripochka. For now, why don't we get to know our crew a little bit better?
Live
We'll
and
start off
upcoming.
with Jessica Meir, NASA.
Media channel,
This is
official
next
stream
astronaut to
of
fly
NASA
into space.
TV. Gonna have to go to my
The thing that's always driven and excited me is
other products here
exploration in
to
general. So I think I've always been attracted
find
to
out
these
exactly
extreme environments,
what the
places
fuck.
where
Yes.
fewer people have been, where conditions are a little bit more
Thursday,
harsh,
September 26th at
a little bit more
3:45
rare,
a.m.
and really extreme in
So
general.
that's the Soyuz.
I went to the Antarctic 5 times.
Yeah,
4
7th
times
day.
was for my PhD research. And the work that we were pursuing then in the Antarctic was looking at the diving physiology of emperor penguins.
Greenwich Mean Time
They
plus
use
8.
this really big drill
So 2
to create a
hours
hole
away.
in the ice, and so you enter the water
Hopefully it's
through
not
that
2
hole
hours
in the
away.
ice. The first time you go diving through
2,000
the ice hole,
people
you
watching.
really never forget the feeling. The water down
must
there
be
is
this
a
guy.
constant -2 Celsius, so
There's
28
many,
degrees Fahrenheit, and you can see
Many NASA
rays
streams.
of light coming in from any crack or
So the
hole
Soyuz launch
anywhere
is,
around the area. And that's where you start that all of these environments
Hour?
involve natural phenomenon on our planet.
It's an hour
So
away?
it all goes back to my
It's just an
interest in
extraordinary
biology,
experience.
looking at
Things
this
that I
remarkable diversity in the animal kingdom with my previous research, exploring all of these amazing landscapes and ecosystems on our planet, and then eventually when I have the most extraordinary of any view, when I'll be on the space station in a couple months, looking down and seeing this magnificent planet Earth, and seeing the beauty of our planet, and really
The blue
understanding how special it is and how fragile it is, and how important it is to protect it, to take good care of our home planet, to protect our oceans, to protect the land, and to be really a good steward in our universe. I'm Jessica Meir. I'm a scientist and a NASA astronaut.
Remember marbles that you had as a kid? You'd look into them and you'd look into them and you'd look into them.
Born and raised in Caribou, Maine, NASA astronaut Jessica Meir holds a Bachelor of Arts in Biology from Brown University, a Master of Science in Space Studies from the International Space University, and a doctorate in Marine Biology from Scripps Institution of Oceanography. From 2000 to 2003, Dr. Mir worked for Lockheed Martin's Human Research Facility, supporting human physiology research on the Space Shuttle and International Space Station at NASA's Johnson Space Center. During this time, she also participated in research flights on NASA's reduced gravity aircraft and served as an Aquanaut crew member in the Aquarius underwater habitat for the 4th NASA Extreme Environment Mission Operations, or NEMO, mission. Afterward, Mir's research focused on the physiology of animals in extreme environments, with her PhD research studying oxygen depletion in diving emperor penguins in the Antarctic and in diving elephant seals in Northern California. And then her postdoctoral research at the University of British Columbia investigated the high-flying bar-headed goose by training geese to fly in a wind tunnel while obtaining measurements in reduced oxygen conditions. In 2012, Dr. Mir accepted a position at the Harvard Medical School, Massachusetts General Hospital, where she continued her research on the physiology of animals in extreme environments. She also took part in Smithsonian Institution diving expeditions to the Antarctic and Belize. Selected in 2013 to become an astronaut as part of NASA's 21st astronaut class, Mir completed her training in 2015. She'll be in familiar company when she arrives at the station, joining 3 of her former astronaut classmates, current station residents Nick Hague, Christina Cook, and Drew Morgan. And that was a little bit more about Jessica Mir, the NASA astronaut flying today. She's going to be seated to the left of the Soyuz commander and the Russian cosmonaut on today's flight. Roscosmos cosmonaut Oleg Skropochka is returning to space for the 3rd time today.
To fly in a wind tunnel.
Born in Novosibirsk, Russia, Skropochka was a member of the Young Cosmonauts group while he was a student at Zaporozhye Physics and Mathematics High School number 28, graduating in 1987. Afterward, he attended Bauman State Technical University, and while an undergraduate, he obtained work experience at the Russian Space Corporation Energia as a test subject and as a mechanic in the project department, graduating in 1993 with a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering with a specialization in rocket engineering. Skropochka worked at RSC Energia from 1993 to 1997 as an engineer at the Transport and Cargo Vehicles Ground Hardware Development and Testing Project Department. Oleg is also a first-class skydiver with over 300 parachute jumps. Selected in July of 1997 as an RSC Energia cosmonaut candidate, Skropochka completed basic spaceflight training at the Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center in 1999, qualifying as a test cosmonaut. His first trip into space was in October of 2010 as a flight engineer during Space Station Expeditions 25 and 26, and while aboard he performed 2 spacewalks. His second flight began in March of 2016 on Soyuz TMA-20M as part of the Space Station Expeditions 47 and 48, during which he completed his 3rd spacewalk. To date, Skropochka's cumulative spacewalking total is 16 hours and 41 minutes spent outside the space station. Skropochka is serving as the Soyuz MS-15 commander and will serve aboard the International Space Station as an Expedition 61 flight engineer and later as the Expedition 62 commander. Seated to his right is first-time flyer, United Arab Emirates spaceflight participant Hazza Ali Al-Mansouri. Born in Al-Wathab and spending his early years living and going to school in Al-Dhafra in western Abu Dhabi, Al-Mansouri's passion for astronomy led him to join the armed forces and later become a military pilot. He became a functional check flight pilot for the F-16B-60 and spent 3 years training on this aircraft in the United States in Arizona. Afterward, he returned to the UAE to complete his training. 4 years after his return, Hazza became the youngest Emirati military F-16 pilot, qualifying to be a flight testing and aircraft assessment pilot. The UAE astronaut program launched in 2017 to train and prepare a team of Emirati astronauts and send them to space for various scientific missions. Following a series of mental and physical tests in the UAE and abroad, Al-Mansouri was selected from a field of over 4,000 candidates. In September 2018, Al-Mansouri started training with the Russian space agency Roscosmos at the Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center in Star City, Russia. He will be the very first member of the UAE astronaut program to fly into space. And this is some recorded video from a little bit earlier today as the 3 crew members got prepared, woke up in the Cosmonaut Hotel and got ready to make their way out to the launch site. The crews were woken up at about 11:57 p.m. Tuesday night Central Time, 9:57 a.m. in the morning over in Baikonur, which is about 9 hours prior to the launch. They participated in all of their final pre-launch activities, and all that begins at crew quarters. What you're seeing here is a pretty old tradition of before departing for the launch pad, the crew members go through a ritual of autographing some of the doors on the rooms that they occupied at the Cosmonaut Hotel in Baikonur. You can see just one set aside here, all 3 crew members getting a chance to sign their names, and all those other signatures are from crew members, both NASA, Roscosmos, and all of the international partners from over the years. They also get a blessing here before they depart from a priest of the Russian Orthodox Church, who earlier in the week also takes time to go out and bless the rocket itself at the pad and the various pad workers, and even some of the members of the media that will generally gather to document these launches. Following that, they stroll out from the Cosmonaut Hotel down a sidewalk lined with friends, family, well-wishers, program officials from the various space agencies before they make their way onto a bus. And this is one of the last of several times that they get a chance to see all of these folks before they load into the rocket. They walk out to a traditional song that's played every single time, and the Russian name for it escapes me at this moment, but a lot of tradition surrounding all of these launches in Baikonur, as they have, again, been launching from this area since the 60s when Gagarin made that first leap into space. So for the prime crew, it's on to one bus, the purple one here, and then the backup crew follows behind in another large bus. They're accompanied by a lot of the flight surgeons and doctors. Again, you can see a large mass of people there gathered outside of the Cosmonaut Hotel. This all taking place a little bit earlier this morning at about 2:57 a.m. Central Time, 12:50.
Sorry, once again, people, I'd like to apologize. I thought we were going to see some action from the nothing, just nothing. I thought I was going to get some action from the International Space Station, because yesterday it'd be about the right time for the JAXA, Japanese Aeronautical Exploration Agency, to dock with the space station. And so I'm going to come back to you in about half hour. Sorry, peoples. There's only so much I can listen to them, as you can imagine. I will talk to you